Major League Journeymen. How are you boys doing? Before you answer that,
Rhetorical
let,
question.
let me answer how I'm doing. It's been a crazy opening to the World Cup for me, but I want to start with the most recent experience that I'm sure you guys saw some of my videos on that we
Yeah, we
posted
did.
on MLJ. Um, saw the GOAT in Kansas City, which Gordo, I mean, how you still question my decision-making ability is beyond me for how long we've known each other. But ending up in Kansas City to see that game was insane. And I don't know, we didn't get to talk about this, so I'm curious to see if you guys have seen Argentina in person, like the country played an international game. Um, but the environment in Arrowhead, Argentina, Algeria, and Argentine fans was wild. And not only to start that off, and we'll get into the three goals that did count for Messi, but the first goal that was called offside, which was like the 6th minute in, or
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but the place just it went bananas, and it took like,
Beer showers.
dude, 2 or 3 minutes before like everyone realized that the goal was disallowed, and they were just going nuts. Like, stop looking at the game, stop looking at what was going on. It was wild. It was wild. And this guy and every Messi jersey, what felt like that was produced on the planet in Kansas City at the time, was just electric. And it's probably the most electric it's been since Gordo scored a stoppage time goal there in 2017 or whenever you scored your last one, Gordo. It was, dude, it was
What a
incredible, man. It
what a
really
whirlwind for you,
was
Garg.
incredible.
You look a
Hey,
little
what
you look
is
a little tired, Gargs. I gotta be honest.
yeah,
Struggling,
what is the
struggling.
appropriate time to wait to toss your beer after a goal because the VAR? You know, like you don't want to waste a good beer on
No.
a
On a
goal
on
that's
a goal
gotten
that's gonna
called
get called
back,
back. I think it's purely
It
reactionary.
has to be reactionary, or it doesn't count, or
or it
there's
doesn't
an
count.
application. Right.
So that's a $12
I
mistake
think
right
what we
there.
should do, we should test it
$12.
out.
You know how much
Hold
a
on.
beer was?
20,
How much?
25?
Oh
$26.
my God. We should test it out.
Jeez.
Next time, let's all go to a game together. And the next time a goal is scored, we're going to wait 10 seconds. All right. We're going to wait 10 seconds. And then as soon as it's like, oh, it's in, I'm just going to throw a beer in Gordo's face and be like, yeah.
You know who's not wasting
That's
their
a winning
beer?
decision
This
either
guy.
way, Dax.
Either
Whether
way.
you don't get the goal or not doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
You're like, ah, shit. Sorry.
Oh my God. Here's the thing. And let's jump straight into this because Dax, you took one of the softest steps into what the greatest player of all time was going to do in this World Cup, and now you're getting dog walked for it,
Oh,
which is a bummer. It is a bummer.
buddy.
It's a
Your
bummer.
your takes are typically pretty spot on, well
They
thought
are.
out, and
Bad take.
this one was an air ball.
Yeah.
Say
It
Messi.
was it wasn't a bad take. It's
No,
not a
not a,
bad
that's
take.
what I'm saying. Not a bad take. It's
It's
just
no.
a tough
Let's,
beat.
dude, I am getting battered. The
Well,
good
why
thing,
don't you
the
tell the
good thing is,
audience what you said?
yeah,
Why
I
don't you
will.
tell the audience?
The good thing is that social media isn't real life. So I love the meme. There's like a meme that goes around. It's like a viral tweet, and it's obviously like a sensitive subject, but it's one that I am heeding the advice on right now. And it's basically like, how is cyberbullying real? Like, just close the computer. Like, just X out of the app. Just put it down, and you're good. That is,
So that's what you've done?
I'm heeding that advice right now. Every time I
Yeah.
open Instagram, I click on the little heart where the notifications are, and I just swipe. I just like done. That's it. I don't scroll through it because the
Move to the
Argentina
next one.
fans are none. They're at war with me right now. I think it was probably one of the most lukewarm takes I've ever had. Like, I kind of just sat on the fence a little bit, but I essentially said that Argentina, I think they're going to start a little bit slow because Messi was injured at Inter Miami and he only played 20 minutes in their warm-up game. And I think Lionel Scaloni, their head coach, is probably thinking about managing his minutes And this was before the lineup came out, so I didn't even know if he was going to start or not. And then
Right.
I said he probably in this World Cup is going to be more of a creator than a goal scorer. He's one of the best passers in the world still at his age.
Yeah.
Lautaro Martinez and Julian Alvarez and these great world-class strikers he has will probably take the goal scoring burden off him.
He's
Mm.
going to
And
get the silver boot, just
I
not
will
the gold
say,
boot.
but I will say it is so poetically hilarious that I said that, and no more than 3 hours later, he scores his first World Cup hat trick in his sixth World Cup. I mean, you could not write the script any better for me to get dunked on. So I'm laughing because listen, hand up, you know me, guys. I've never been wrong. Bad take alert. I'll take it. I'll eat it. I'm going to eat my crow. Messi is just destroying Algeria left and right, no problem. But you would have thought I kicked this guy's dog.
Well, here's the thing, Dax,
You would have
and
thought
that's
I, you
this.
would have thought I said that he was going to get knocked out in the group stage and he's the worst player to ever live. I mean, look, how many times have I said he's the greatest of all time? Come on, Argentina fans, let's have
Yeah.
a stay together and let's calm down a little bit, okay?
What I saw, and I was lucky enough to watch Argentina Netherlands in Qatar, so I saw that game, and what I realized, maybe reminded of, is that Leo is not he's not human
He's a
to Argentines.
deity.
He is a deity. This guy is a god, and they do this every time he touches the ball. Dude, he shanked a breakaway. He made like quite a few mistakes in that game as well. And they
Doesn't matter.
still were like, thank God you did that. It was I can't even comprehend that decision that you just made, which is why it didn't come off.
He could
Probably
pass the
some
ball.
other
He could
jerk off
pass the ball
said.
straight out of bounds, and they would
Dude,
find a way to blame a teammate.
it was wild. He is wild. Also, like absolutely insanely good.
Deserved.
But you're talking about Dax. What you said was basically you walked up to the pulpit at a Christian mass and you said,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, I don't know if God's real.
Yeah.
Maybe he is, but like I got questions.
They're going to draw. I didn't even say they were going to lose. I said they were going to tie the game.
I'm not even certain. Like the verdict's out for me right now. God may be real, but he also might not be, and that's not okay. It was
Hey, listen,
I
I think I need to clip together all the times on Apple TV. I've said he's the greatest player to ever live. And if we have an
Sure.
hour-long video of just me worshiping him.
throwing that out there.
I think it's an opportunity, Dax. I think you double
Run with
down
it.
every time Argentina plays,
They're going
and
to
you just
lose.
say, "Listen, no, this was just a one-off. Messi can do it from time to time, but he's just not going to be consistent."
Basically, do what Mike Grella is doing with all the Australia fans, which
Yes,
is which is
exactly,
even better.
exactly.
Yeah.
It
Why
is.
not?
Why not? Let's
Why
do
not?
it.
Why not?
I
Hey,
like
man.
it.
Hey, there's no
I
such
like
thing as
it.
bad press. I'm
There's
getting
really not.
I'm getting cyberbullied, and it just makes me laugh.
Gordo, did you were watching the game, yeah?
Yeah.
What like so just a quick take for you. Argentina defending World Cup champs. Like did you walk away from that performance thinking, okay, Messi is the greatest player in the tournament and these guys have a legit shot at winning the World Cup again, repeating the World Cup? Or are you like, okay, this is a great opening performance and Argentina's very good, but there's still a lot to be done? What was your kind of like
Yeah.
instant reaction?
I mean, my instant reaction is the latter. Listen, they're a really good side, and they have Messi, who, yes, I believe he's the greatest player in the world actively right now. He proves it day in and day out. The one thing that I love is that, I was almost like didn't want him to do good in the MLS because people are going to say, "Oh, he just does good against shitty players in the MLS." But
Mhm.
Yeah.
now he's on the World Cup stage, and he will do it to anyone,
He
anyone.
can.
And he can. He does it time and time and again. His third goal is like it's his trademark goal. If he
Yes.
gets the ball in the top of the box and cuts to the
Beauty.
left, he's hitting it in the left bottom corner. It's so accurate and so hard and so quick that nobody can get it. So yes, they are feisty, they're tenacious, they got
Mhm.
dangerous players that we didn't even get to see a lot of. I mean, I wasn't really that impressed with all those guys that Dax was mentioning on their team that are big stars. They didn't really have a ton to do, but they are gritty, dude. They're just that team.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to be done. There's a lot of other good performances out there from other teams. France is, you can go down the line, and they're
Yeah.
just it just becomes, it's just like any other World Cup, man. You know,
Yeah.
when it gets to the quarters, semis, and finals, you know, any of these teams can win, and it's really just who has a day. So you can't crown them now, but they're going to be in the mix for sure.
They're going to be in the mix. Dax, I know that you're a stat guy, and you're now, which we'll get to, now having to deliver stats to a much larger audience, which is pretty impressive and pretty cool, but also probably causing
It's
you
a
some
lot.
problems with
Scary.
social media here. But
It's a
here's the
lot.
thing: I want commentary on your thoughts here on this being Messi's first hat trick in a World Cup,
Yeah.
putting him on top of the all-time goal scoring list with Klose at
Yeah.
16. What are your thoughts with Mbappe being at 14, at
Crazy.
27? So that
Yeah.
that like I saw all that and then I pulled up the list and there was Kylian Mbappe
Oh
sitting at
yeah.
14 goals.
Crazy.
That's nuts.
So I don't want to
Nuts.
be this guy. I actually really, it kind of irks me when people are like, "Hey, look what I said here," right? But if you were going through the pre-tournament goal scoring list and
Uh-huh.
looking at it, you would think, and I said on the show, first things first, the record is not only going to be broken by Kylian Mbappe, it'll be broken by Messi too. And now I didn't think it was going to be tied by Messi in one game, but Mbappe and Messi are going to be past Klose by the time this World Cup is done, in large part due to the fact that both of them are two of the best players in the tournament, in large part due to the fact that they are on two of the best teams in the tournament, and in large part due to the fact that there's an extra game. And you get an extra, I don't want to disrespect any of the third place teams that go through, but you get a
Sure.
fairly easy game. Okay.
Yep.
And so you're going
Yep.
to play a small team where you're going to get chances. So this is the fun thing about going through the World Cup stuff with Messi. And generally my point about saying he would be more of a creator than a goal scorer. Not only is Messi going to break Klose's record, he's tied atop the all-time World Cup assist record lead. So he has
Crazy.
8, and he is going to break 2 records in the same World Cup for a player who is not just a great goal scorer, but he is the best creator of all time. He is on top of La Liga for goals. He's on top of La Liga for assists. So anyone who watches him play with 2 eyes and a brain can see there is no one that is fit to lace his boots when it comes to the greatest of all time conversation. And I know we probably won't go in depth about the gulf between Portugal and Ronaldo's performance and Messi and
Hmm.
Argentina's performance, but
Yeah.
it is huge.
Yeah.
So
Let me
go, Gordo.
let me just say something. You know, Messi's scoring, I love it because I've always, you know, I played against Messi. I think maybe did you guys have a chance to play against Messi? I played against him in 2008, Barcelona, you
Yeah, we
know,
played
in the
Barcelona in 15 or 14
and he
as
was
well,
gone.
but he was hurt.
But
He was injured.
okay, yeah, but I played against him, and I've always regarded him as the greatest of all time. And there was a period of time, maybe 2010, you know, like 2000, you know, all those years, you know, almost two
Ronaldo
decades,
was winning
where,
Ballon d'Ors.
yeah, where it was Ronaldo and Messi, and it was very, very close
Sure.
because Ronaldo was a different player. And the only thing for me was Messi only had like 6 World Cup goals.
Yeah.
Do you know that? I mean, he's scored 10 goals since he's been
Yeah. Since he
35
turned 35. Great
since he
stat.
turned 35. And
Wow.
so for me, it like the last World Cup was special for me because that's my guy too. Just like we all think he's the GOAT too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
fans watching, and that
Yep.
was special for me, even though we don't wear the badge on our chest. That's still special for anybody that grew up, right?
Yeah.
He's younger than
Right.
me, but grew up
Right.
watching him play
Yeah.
and to see him have the level of success and the goals now to back up how good we know he actually truly is something that's pretty cool to me. So the fact that he's doing it after 35 is just bonkers.
It's
Yeah.
It really
bonkers,
is.
man. Yeah, I mean, he is age and like to be fair, dude, watching his bursts in person, watching, the spaces and the pockets that he gets into, like he's playing a different game. He is and
Yeah.
every time he touches the ball, literally everybody goes like this because
Good.
there's legit
Yeah.
He can
He,
do the impossible.
Yeah,
He could have, he probably, I think realistically should have had 5 goals. That frustrate that I texted you guys this, that the VAR offside nonsense where they don't even show the actual video, they just show like a
right.
computer generated graphic drives me crazy. But let's say he's a hair onside. There's a PK in the second half that he probably should have gotten, and then he missed a breakaway. That's real legit chances there to put five,
Six.
six,
Yeah.
5 minutes. Let's
And
say he misses one, whatever.
the best part about
Crazy.
my horrible take and my horrible analysis, Algeria beat the Netherlands 1-0 coming into this World Cup. They tied
Dude,
Uruguay 0-0.
They're
Algeria's
good.
got some
They
They're
are
players.
good.
they are a relatively good team. Like
They
they
are.
would like if you looked at their performances before this tournament, you would say, all right, they're going to give it a right go against Messi and Argentina because they're organized, they're compact, and they did have a goal, Gargs, called back for
Called
offside,
back.
which was similar to the Messi goal.
It was identical. And
It was
like
close.
in real time, we're watching that. And I had great sees right at midfield. And
Yeah.
you could really like watching it and then them calling. I said, there's absolutely no way that dude was offside. Like
So
but
again,
and
He
it's
yeah,
timed
tough.
it perfect.
those are the
And
margins.
timed it perfectly. And
Yeah,
Algeria, to be fair, there was like a 10-minute stretch in that first
yeah,
half when in
they
the
were
opening
fine.
like 10 to 20 minutes, Algeria took it to Argentina.
And that's where you have to be so perfect when you play against Messi. Gordo, you asked, if we've ever played against him. I mean,
Mhm.
I played against him a bunch towards the end
Oh
of my
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he was in Miami,
That's
and
right.
you cannot make a mistake. You have to be
No.
perfect because he will just punish you, whether it's with a pass or with a shot. And I'm not trying to piss off Argentina fans yet again, but let's be honest, the Algerian goalkeeping was crap. The third goal, no one's saving that. Second,
First goal's
the
awful.
first
First
goal,
goal,
Brad, our
awful.
boy Goose had a perfect breakdown afterwards. I'm thinking in my head, like, is that good goalkeeping? This guy's trying to go with two hands as an
Yeah.
undersized
Yeah,
goalkeeper.
one hand every
He's
time.
only 6 feet tall. Go with
That's
one.
also Zidane's kid, by the way.
Yeah.
I
But
know.
like
That's sad.
I'm thinking if you go with one hand, you have a chance to potentially get a little bit more purchase on it and knock it over the goal. And then the
That should
second
be
goal
saved.
is horrible goalkeeping. So again, Argentina fans, please, peace
A
offering.
goal is a
Not
goal
trying
is a
to
goal,
don't kill
but
me. A goal is a goal.
a
But
goal is
again,
a goal. But
the point
he had
is
a shocker.
Algeria, them beating Algeria 3-0 is a much more impressive result than Germany beating Curacao 7-1, Sweden beating Tunisia 5-1.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, and even France beating Senegal with the first half that France had is a really impressive result too, because that second half was unbelievable. So the second half of the France game, the second half of the England game, they both look like absolute contenders and favorites. And then
hmm
I think
hmm
those three teams right now, after their first round of games, are in a tier all by themselves.
Dude, Gordo, who would I'm sure you've watched a ton of games just like all of us have. Does anybody stand out to you at this moment? Has there been moments where you're like, I really like that, or I really like him, or I mean, Mbappe's got two, Holling pulls out two, Norway wins, you got Argentina. Like there have been
Harry Kane, brace,
Harry Kane, yeah, 4-2, where I mean,
Hmm.
that
low
was a
ball
great
again,
game, but
brace.
still,
We've
like,
got
you
guys, by the
top
way,
Croatia by two,
Gordo,
it's another
go
one.
next. We've got an I think all-time great Golden Boot race on our hands for the World Cup.
Yeah, we absolutely do. Like, I mean, if you, it's a who's who. It's like if you're watching the golf tournament, you got all the top players,
Yeah,
yeah,
throwing
on the lead
darts.
on the leaderboard, dude.
Yep.
It's like this is much must watch World Cup TV, dude. It's been awesome. I would agree. I would agree exactly with Dax because they've been clear. But I was so. I mean, I love the Croatia England game. I thought it was a fantastic game.
It's a
Harry
great
Kane, you just can't say enough about this guy, and everybody sees it. That anybody that knows
all-around
anybody,
striker.
all around striker, he's dropping into the pocket. It's been broken down a million times, but what he's doing is
Yeah.
phenomenal, and he just can't stop scoring. So I'm secretly rooting for England as well. I think they've been hurt so many times in important games over the years of our
After the
lifespan.
US. After the
Yeah,
US.
after well, of course,
Wait,
we want
did
we
you
want
say
the
you're
US.
secretly rooting for England? Is that what you
Yeah,
just said?
yeah, yeah. I would
Not so secret anymore.
I want England to go deep. I would rather them beat it in Argentina or a France for sure. I want
Okay.
them to have their moment, and I think that they can. And I
Yeah.
like the balance that this coach is putting out there, and he's made some ballsy moves. He didn't
Yeah.
take Palmer,
Totally.
he didn't take Forlan. Wait,
Phil Foden.
Foden, whatever the
Bang.
frick
Gordo
that guy's
moment.
name is.
Clip.
Hey, clip that out. But yeah, dude. I mean, it's all kind of just building into this really great tournament that we were hoping to have here in the States. The first couple games, you're just kind of getting your grasp of it. It's a little bit, every World Cup's a little bit different, but man, you said it. Argentina, the way that these crowds are coming out, like you see all these clips of like England fans at pubs around the country. Did you see the Colombia game, even though it was in Mexico
Dude, I
City?
was going to say
Dude,
that. Did you listen
I
to the
could,
national
I,
anthem?
c-
Sick.
yes, dude, I got freaking chills. And the way that they were cheering for Colombia was
Amazing.
unbelievable, dude. And this is like the World Cup that we want, we can be proud of, and all those things.
How about all the other fans? Scotland, what they're doing,
Yes,
their fans
All
doing.
yes,
all of them,
yes, right?
everybody. And like before we go to the US, but like the US as well. Like
Yes.
American fans and all the watch
Showing out.
parties and like they're showing up and I want to ask a question though because I'm interested on your guys' take because I've completely flipped and I'm a little embarrassed by it. But is all forgiven in this buildup now because of what's being delivered on the field?
By who? And in what
Like
context are you asking? The
all
tournament?
of like the the all the
All the
everything that we
question
talked about.
marks.
We talked about the lack of promotion, the lack of delivery, the lack of awareness. We talked about the US not having a clue and all this all of we
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it's all, of course
we
it's
hit
all
on
forgiven.
all of it,
Hey,
right?
winning
Winning cures
solves
all.
everything.
Winning
Winning
cures
solves
all.
it does. And so
But it's
the
not just
US,
winning though. It's like the way that they won and the
oh,
You're
for
talking about
sure.
performance.
US in particular.
I'm talking about the U.S. in particular, the way that they won and the style with which they did it,
Yeah.
and all it was like, you know what it felt like, guys? Because
1,000%.
I'm in New York right now, and the Knicks just won their first championship in a billion years, and it's like total chaos here. It would be like going to that first game against Paraguay in LA would be like sitting courtside at a Knicks game, NBA Finals. You
Mhm.
have
Yeah.
literal super celebrities, people who could never care about soccer in their
Mhm.
wildest dreams, sitting littering in the boxes and the sidelines. I mean, those US players, and if they can follow up that performance with a deep run, they are going to be catapulted into superstardom. They're going to
Yeah.
be stars here in the United
Yeah.
States. Most of them play in Europe. So they are going to be stars. That's kind of how I equate it. I mean, that performance, yeah, amazing, but you got to follow it up against Australia.
So not just the US performance about the World Cup. Like have you guys completely turned the page from where we were
Yeah,
to where we are right this second?
of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's you know what? It's the people that make it. It's the fans that make it. It's the fans that have always carried this game, no
Mhm.
matter what you say about it. It really isn't. If you have a good fan base and you can put a product on the field, then the fans are going to make it. Okay. We dealt with this in COVID. Or we and half of our careers because nobody showed up to our damn games. But there's a difference. It could be the best game on the field with no fans, and it's a normal game. I mean, there's not much excitement, but if you get a crowd behind what what is the product of the World Cup, and these guys are showing up. Every single country is showing up in big ways. Super excited to be here in America. That's what
Mhm.
we keep hearing is like how thrilled they are to be here in
Yeah.
our cities. And it makes you proud, dude. And it makes you
And
proud of world soccer. It makes you proud of the sport that we support because this country has not seen anything like this,
never.
in a very long time. And it's really it's
I
just
don't even think I don't even think 94 can hold a candle to what we're seeing right now.
right.
Like it was
No, it
No.
big.
can't
It
And
was
because
the
nobody
big, but it
cares.
won't
the
No, no.
consumption just in this week
because
alone,
of the social media age. And to piggyback off Gordon
crazy.
real quick, and then Gargs, you can move us on. it's not it's not cool, it's not fun to really blow up like a positive story. The only stories
Right.
that you really saw before the World Cup were all the negative ones because those are the ones that get pumped out and read. And like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty to criticize. Like I still think the ticket prices are absurd, and
Mm.
you can
Yeah.
criticize that. But the people that are going to the games are making it an absolute spectacle, and they deserve nothing but credit. All the fans that
Yeah.
are here, I'm in. I lived in New York for 5 years. Times Square is the bane of my existence, and I'm staying in Times Square right now. It's amazing. Like you
Dude,
just
you're
walk
picking
Yeah.
fights that
outside.
you don't
I
need to
feel
pick
like
right
I
now,
feel like I'm
Dax.
in a
Right,
different country.
right.
Dude, I feel like I'm in a different country. Literally,
Jack's
you have
walking around with a baseball cap and a hoodie on.
Oh, you don't like Argentina or New York? I'm
Uh,
both.
in the sea of Argentinian fans, literally. Dude, I mean, it's incredible. And so, yes, certain expectations because now we're in the moment. We see all the positivity that all these fans are bringing. I mean, one of my favorite moments was I think it was the Japanese fans. They bring trash bags to the stadium with them and they clean up
Hmm.
after
yeah.
themselves.
Oh,
Hmm.
dude.
Amazing,
Unbelievable.
amazing show of respect and culture. Like that
Yeah.
is truly amazing.
Yeah. Hey, and shameless plug here. If anybody needs a HELOC to pay for their tickets that they've bought, yeah, call me at 555.
Gordo, I actually think people are going to sell a kidney before they go to for a HELOC.
Oh my
All
God,
right.
that's great. Gordo, Gordo, that's a great point, man. Because this game is the fans. It's owned by the fans. And
Yeah.
I want to just chat about my personal experience real quick. Because Dax, I was in your old another one of your old hoods, Nashville, this past weekend, and Fog Street Lawn Club. And Tom, the owner there, took care of us. But again, it was one of those like viewing experiences that like I don't know how old you guys were in 94. I was 12. So I wasn't like watching the US World Cup at
Seven.
a bar having bets. And all of these other like it just was such a great melting pot of everybody, all these ages, all these people, everybody was into it. And then of course the US delivers. And the US delivers in a very, very big way. So I think we were all maybe right. All of us felt pretty good about the way
Yep.
that things were trending, and then the U.S. ultimately, delivers on in a very big way. Here's where I want to shape this question to you, Gordo, because Balogun scores 2 goals. He's the first U.S. striker player to score a multi-goal game in the World Cup since 1930. That's a wild, wild stat
Wild stuff.
for him to do that, us to play as well as we did, Reina to get on the board, are you feeling like our attack is where it needs to be heading into this game? And how significant is that going to play against Australia?
I mean, I will give myself kudos because I said this. I said Balogun was going to
That's
be
why
our
that's why you get to double down on it.
thank you. Thank
Hey,
you.
you
But I just wanted to say that about myself. Okay.
great stuff, buddy.
Um, Listen, we all know, and I said, if we can get somebody hot, if we can get a number nine hot, which is the hardest thing to do in a tournament or even league play. If you get a striker that's hot, you're in every single game. You are dangerous to win every single game. And
Yep.
what happens because he scores these 2 goals, now he's confident. Now his confidence just goes to solidified confidence, right? You can have
Mhm.
confidence like I'm going to do this. Now he's validated. And
Mhm.
when you have a validated confident striker,
Mhm.
he's going to be thinking he's going to score every single game. And that gives confidence to the guys behind you. And you probably know this. You guys probably know this more than me, right? If you guys are playing with me, you're like, fuck, is Alan ever going to score? We might not win. But if you got a really good forward, then you're like, dude, we're in this game. It's same for the guy behind you in the goalpost. And so I think it's massive that he got the 2 goals. And that first goal that he got, where he puts it up, top shelf,
That was the
was
second one.
that was
Second
the second
one,
one was ridiculous. And
ridiculous.
so to answer your question, I mean, yeah, dude, our offense, you can't say anything bad about how we played and how we created chances and how we finished chances, which is the
Mhm.
most important. We've always created chances, I felt like, and been good about getting down there, but the hardest part is putting it in the net. When you got a guy hot, then you're going to be really dangerous. And I like our chances going forward. And I like that I was right about Reyna as well. I'm just really glad that they
Ah,
took a
there it
chance
is.
and put
There
him
it
on the
is.
squad.
Hey, you know what? Eat your crow. All right. I've eaten my crow about my bad Argentina.
All
So
right.
eat
You're
your
right. You're
crow
right.
right now.
You're
Come on,
right.
get your knife and fork out. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to eat it. I did say, I hope he does well, but I was questioning it, right?
That's not
I was
eating your
questioning.
crow, buddy. All
Okay,
right.
I
That's
was
not
wrong.
eating
I
your
was wrong.
crow.
I was wrong, and his goal was phenomenal,
That's
dude,
one
and
of the
I'm
best
really happy
goals
for
from
him.
a U.S. men's national team ever in any con.
Ever, ever,
The build up to the finish,
Phenomenal.
other
Phenomenal.
than
phenomenal.
like you could say Landon's goal against Algeria, like that goal was like a seminal moment, right? But in terms of aesthetics, in terms of like patient build up, every player trying to get a touch on the ball, movement, pulling a team apart, the actual goal itself. Hey, chef's
Dude,
kiss.
Yeah,
chef's
yeah.
kiss. I was right about Reina. I will take credit for that. I said he
Are you going to give me credit, Dan? Because we were
I'll
on the
give
same
I'm going to
page.
give you a little bit of credit, but I
Not
actually
a
want
lot of credit, just a
I,
little.
a little bit. I want to
Can you give
hear
me a lot of credit to get my confidence back up? All right.
You're
I'm
like,
going to give you
I'm
an
on air in an
opportunity here
hour.
to build your
Yeah.
to build your
Okay.
confidence, Dax, because I think you are best suited to answer this question because we have a massive game against Australia. So Australia takes down
Yeah.
Turkey, which I don't think anybody really saw that one
No.
necessarily playing out the way that it did. But now there are real, probably concerns, threats from Australia that maybe weren't there
Mhm.
from the start, which also kind of changes the complexion of how we move forward in this group because we're thinking that we're heading into an Australia game where they have lost, they have not, and we still have Turkey to play.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and I would like for you to tell us what we should be looking for because are we are we maybe more concerned with the way that our attack is going to need to break down Australia, who I think is probably going to sit back and
Yeah.
absorb pressure, or is it Chris Richards, who was phenomenal, our back
Yeah.
line? It will be them in dealing with Australia's attack in transition because they are
Yeah.
lightning. So like
It's
which where do we need to place our priority here?
a ladder for sure. Defensively is where I am absolutely most concerned, just because we were not tested at all against Paraguay.
Yeah.
Matt Freese barely touched the ball.
Yeah.
He could have pitched a little lawn chair back there, and he could have popped
I
open a
think I caught him
Budweiser.
seated in
He could have popped open a Budweiser.
He
He
was
could have
fine.
cheersed with the fans. Like that's how good our pressing and counter pressing was, and I think that's how poor Paraguay was in
Hmm.
their counter attacking against us. And I want to give more credit to us because our ability to go and press and win the ball back right away, high up the field, it basically snatched Paraguay's will to want to even play the game. The game was over after the
Dude,
first. They
they were dead.
no answers. Their coach talked about it after the game. He said the U.S. killed us in every facet of the game. Their
Yep.
shape, the way they pressed and counter pressed. So can we hit that same level again? Maybe, but I can guarantee you this: Australia is going to be highly motivated. They have much more athleticism than Paraguay does.
Hmm.
And in Iracunda, one of their wingers, plays in the
Hmm.
championship. He scored a banger, great goal against Turkey. He will provide a massive test for our backline. And I said, Tim Ream, Chris Richards, Alex Freeman, you are going to be probably the three most important players on the field because I have faith in our attack. I have faith that we will create chances. I have faith that we will score one, maybe two goals. It's going to be tight. We're not going to get as many chances as we did against Paraguay, but we will score.
Yeah.
I'm confident about that. But when Australia has chances to break out in transition, our defenders are going to be tested in ways that they just weren't against Paraguay. And so
Yeah.
I absolutely love what I heard coming out of the U.S. camp, how excited they are to play the game. Look, this is my boy. He's one of the best analysts out there, Mike Grella. He pissed off a whole continent. All right.
He did.
With what he said, the entire continent. I mean, if Argentina fans hate me for a very
So,
blind, lukewarm take on Argentina and Messi, Australia, they want to burn this guy's house down. I mean, Mike,
yeah.
public enemy number one, he's going international. Okay, so
It's so good.
you can
It's so good.
I can guarantee you the Australians have seen it. I can guarantee you that their coach is going to be playing some of the things that were said, especially when the
Mhm.
draw happened. And again, look, Mike hasn't just doubled down; he's like quadrupled down. He was on,
Yeah,
he was on,
that's
Hey,
what I like
he
about
was
him.
Triple
on Pat
D, dude. Deny,
he,
deny,
he
deny,
was on
man.
Pat
Keep it
McAfee.
rolling.
He was on Pat McAfee. Listen, I love Grella. I think he's a brilliant analyst, and I think he's box office for TV. But
Yeah.
I don't agree with him. I think Australia has plenty to trouble us. And I think that Aiden O'Neill is a very good midfielder, plays in MLS. He can absolutely spring passes to these guys that can hit us on the counterattack. And I think the US will be prepared. I really don't think they're going to overlook Australia. I think we win the game, but I think it's a significantly tighter, edgier, grittier game than what we saw against Paraguay.
Gordo, I want you to comment on I think that just the maybe the mindset of the U.S. heading into this game because you talked about it earlier in what an informed striker does for your team. And Dax, you're talking about the defenders. Gordo, you and I both played on the best team that I've played for in the Galaxy, and there were moments in that 2014 season where you'd be in a game, maybe 5 minutes into the game, and you knew the other team was dead. They had nothing.
Yeah.
And you could go
Yeah.
back and watch it and you could see them just lay down and roll over.
Yeah.
And that was what I saw with the US Paraguay. And I can tell you
Yeah.
from a defender's personal experience, having an attack that can do things like that and then a midfield that can also counter press makes your job so much easier. And I don't
Yeah.
know if we have 100% of the athleticism on the back line to make it as maybe as athletic as our group was in those years. But Tim Ream, who is maybe arguably the least athletic of the bunch, is also probably the smartest and reads the game
Yes.
maybe at a clip above all of us. His when we head into Australia, I'd have to think that all those American players are feeling the exact same way after that beatdown in Paraguay. Talk a little bit about maybe what their kind of momentum looks like just mentally as a group in heading into this game in Seattle. That's going to be, you'd have to think about as pro-American as it could possibly be.
Yeah, I mean, I think all these guys, have been in big games and played plenty of soccer. They're no strangers to, you know, how you need to protect yourself and how also you need to use that confidence and momentum in your favor because it's both, right? They're going to be super confident, but they also have to be very realistic that every game is different in the World Cup and it's tournament play. So their guard has to be up, their chip has to be greater. They have to be even more focused now to replicate what they just did because you can always do it once, but can you do it time and time again? That's the hardest part. And that's the hardest part about a tournament in is that you don't get ahead of yourself. You don't start thinking about, who we're going to play in round of 32 because
Yep.
we got a lot of work to do. And so it's going to be as a unit and as the leadership and as the coaches and as the captains are going to have to make sure that everybody in that locker room is supremely locked in and knows, and they do. They're like I said, dude, they've played plenty of big league soccer, and so they just can't get ahead of themselves. They got to watch a lot
Mhm.
of film of what they did do wrong, right, and and I think tactics did a lot for us. I think Pochettino did a really good job of putting us in positions and our players in positions to where we suffocated them, which ultimately took him out of the game. Like we just said, they couldn't get near the ball. We've all been in those games. You're like, dude, do they have more players than us, or it's just like it's
Are we
just
down
it's
a
just
man?
right. Are we done? It's just tactical, and so I'm interested to see the tactical changes that happen with Pochettino because it's not always going to look like this. We're not going to win 4-1 every
Yeah.
game and be
Yep.
on fire, because
Right.
they're going to make their adjustments based on the film that they're watching in our first game too. So how can we adjust and put guys in different positions and attack in different ways that is not going to be recognized by other teams that they're going to shut us down moving down the tournament?
So I think one of the things that like maybe has been one of my most significant takeaways in this World Cup in these early stages is the best players have been the best players, which ultimately is what I think drives this thing, right? Stars are they do what they do, and then it raises the level of everybody else. I want to finish on the broadcast. So in KC, I was able to catch up with Guzan and
Yeah.
Kleistin and Melissa Ortiz. They were all out there. I walked my kids over to the desk, and they were in, doing their makeup. I'll say, hey,
Getting
who's on the
beautiful.
desk? Because I didn't know who was back there. These guys have been grinding. They're in a different city every single day, doing pre, halftime, post game. It's
Yeah,
it's it's pretty
a lot.
impressive. But there's a lot of really good personalities that are covering this game, and I love a lot of I love a lot of it. But I want to hear from you guys who you think is going to win this Lawless Zlatan battle because it is killing me. Every time I see it, it just makes me laugh, and it's
Mhm.
dude, it's hysterical because they are. I think Lawless and Zlatan are very similar personalities. Like they are all they do their thing for the show, which is also kind of hysterical that the dude, the oil
Yeah.
and water that is right now. Gordo, I'll start with you since Dax is a public facing personality here. Um, what are you making of this? You obviously know Lex. I know Lex. Like what are you thinking about about this? And will they get to day 29 together?
It's like must-watch TV,
Yeah.
and don't forget, one thing that you missed is Lexi does this. He's got that. He does it for the show as well. He always has. He always
Yeah,
says things. Yeah, so he's
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
doing this. What I respect about Lexi is that he's honest, right? And so that's it. That is the toughest table to be at. You're with two of the greatest players of all time. One is the most the most interesting personality of all time, who's going to give you nothing, say nothing, and put you down no matter what you say in Zlatan. And Henri just has an aura that he can say or feel any way that he wants,
Everyone's
it's
going
going
to
to be
agree.
right.
And he's
Yeah,
right.
he's going to be right because he was one of the best players of all time. And Alexi's up there. And like I love it when they put like the credentials up there. It's like he he won
Yeah.
he won two MLS Cups. I won two MLS Cups. And he's up there with like, and they're like, seven-time world champion of the year, World Cup
Uh-huh.
winner, this and that. I mean, he's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So, but Lexi I still think he has good takes. But it is must see TV, and who's going to win? Those two are going to win because it's two versus one. They
Well,
both
it's
they
also
both
like
don't like it.
they're like it's like a buddy buddy sitcom between the two
It
of them.
is.
Like
It
Zlatan and
is.
they're never going to disagree with each other.
They're never going.
And
Yeah.
then and
So
then you got Rebecca Lowe, the Brit, who is like, not
Class.
really like kind of bringing Lexi in. Lex is just sitting over here,
they
dumping.
put him
He's
on the
like, all
side.
right.
They need to put him in the middle, dude. They need to
Yeah.
separate those two and get him in the middle. But it is really, really must see TV. I think it's phenomenal.
Oh my.
I think it's great. I think it's highly uncomfortable at times. Like I'm uncomfortable watching it,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
but I think Fox loves it.
Fox loves it.
I think Alexi's playing his role. I think
Yeah.
that's what he does. I think he knows the game. I think I would my only pushback would be I wish he would like do a little bit more analysis and
Hmm.
less just boisterous, clippable, right? Like kind of performative thing stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
for the bit. It's uncomfortable for sure. I think they're going to make it. I think they're.
I
I
think they're
think.
gonna make
I
it.
think they're going to make it. That's my big
Gonna,
take. All right,
yeah,
they're going
but
to make
not. I don't. Not one of them are breaking down tactics. That's
No.
not
Thierry.
that. That is
Thierry's pretty
not
much
that.
the only one. And I would actually say I want more from Zlatan. I
I
don't.
want. Yeah.
Like I know the shtick, the ego thing. Yes, I am
Everybody, yeah,
Zlatan. It's
it's
great. It's funny. I don't need to see that every day for 6 weeks.
yeah.
I actually think Zlatan is one of the greatest football minds out there. I would love to get him kind of like the breakdown Thierry did of Ronaldo, where he was like, well, I think Ronaldo should have moved to the back post for Bruno Fernandes. Like, I want Zlatan to do that. I want
Hmm.
them to either be highly positive about something great that they saw or a little bit more critical. Like they're just kind of Zlatan's
Yeah.
just it seems to me like Zlatan is just very raw and he's just really not trying to ruffle any feathers. I want more
Yeah.
Zlatan being critical. Like that's his big thing. So look, it's must see TV. Little uncomfortable with the lawless
Yeah.
stuff. I think they're going to be fine. I think they love it. I think when the cameras turn off, they all probably laugh about it.
I don't know about that. What do you,
Bet you'd be
you're gonna,
surprised, dude.
yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know. It's, I think that was uncomfortable for everybody, just like
Yeah,
you.
it's definitely uncomfortable on
Yeah,
camera, but Gargs, you've been on a set before. So has Gargs, but like you've been on a set before where maybe you don't agree with another pundit or analyst,
for
and then
sure.
when the show turns off, you kind of are like, well, okay, like I see it this way, you see it that way. Like, let's go grab a pizza or a beer or whatever.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
go ahead, Gordo.
they'll be fun. They'll be fun. I mean, it is. It's like they must have got the Bachelorette.
I predict they're gonna
Like
hug at the end.
recruiters to put that panel together because it is brilliant. Like they couldn't have put three better people on there. I do want more from Zlatan as well. I agree with that, but they don't respect Lexi.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
They don't respect him. And so there's it's not this that is real what we're seeing. They are listening to him and probably saying this dumb American, like
Wrap it
what
up.
is he talking about? Wrap it up,
Wrap it
hurry
up.
up, let's go. So I don't think they're best friends. I don't think they're gonna be best friends. I think they're all talking to their boys back in their respective countries like, bro, did you hear what this guy said? He just said that Holland was better than I was. Like to my
Oh,
face. Nobody does that to
oh.
Zlatan.
I actually hope that Lexi uses his position to lean into it. I
He
would agree
is,
with
but
you
he will
here.
though. I can
He
guarantee you.
will.
You got to have a thick skin if you're working in media.
He's
I'm
got a thick skin.
I'm having a
He
thick
doesn't.
skin right now
Yeah.
with the whole of Argentina against
Right.
me. There is no one that has a thicker skin than Alexi. And
Yeah.
by the way, I also think it's hilarious that Zlatan calls him Alexis. I don't know if that's real or
That's on
fake.
purpose.
It's definitely on purpose.
Oh my God. Zlatan.
Great.
I could use a little more out of Zlatan. I think I've had enough of his shtick too. And he's also like he's super intelligent, man. Like he's a sharp dude.
You don't play at the level he played at, or at you aren't the
Of
player he
course.
is without having an elite football brain. I want to
Yeah.
see more of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Fox coverage has been pretty good. Not as good as the Major League Journeyman's coverage, but
Definitely not.
it is, it's approaching. We got a long way to go. Boys, it was good catching up. US Australia. I need a prediction. Dax, you get to go first.
USA, baby. 2-1.
2-1 USA. Gordo?
2-0 USA.
Dos
2-0.
Acero, baby.
I like it. I like our attack staying hot. I'm saying 3-1. We get our third late.
Boom.
USA. Let's go. USA. Adios, amigos.